Good morning, everybody. We now reassemble for the second session. I would like to welcome our Honorable Dignitary, Dr. Harshvardhan, Honorable Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Shri Ashwini Kumar Chaubey, Honorable Union Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare, Shri Rajesh Bhushan, Secretary Health, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and all our other dignitaries. So today, as we celebrate Universal Health Coverage Day, the theme is Health for All, Protect Everyone. This could not have been more relevant during these testing times. The need for strong, resilient health systems and UHC is now more than ever. And on this note, I would request Ms. Vandana Gurnani, ASMD ma'am, to kindly give the welcome address.
Good morning, everyone. At the outset, I'd like to welcome Honorable Union Minister for Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Harshvardhan ji, Honorable Minister of State, Mr. Ashwini Kumar Chaubey ji, joining us from Patna, respected Secretary Health and Family Welfare, Shri Rajesh Bhushan ji, WHO Representative to India, Dr. Rodrigo, RDG Stats, Ms. Ratna Jena, other senior officials of the ministry, and all our colleagues, senior additional chief secretaries, principal secretaries, and mission directors of the National Health Mission from all the states and UTs joining this meeting. At the outset, I'd like to wish everyone a very happy UHC Day as we commit ourselves to the theme this year of Health for All, Protect Everyone. As we all know, the global pandemic has taught us the criticality of the public health systems, especially in improving the population health outcomes. Going back to the history of our journey in CPHC, the launch of Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Centers in 2018 marked a watershed moment in our public health history. This initiative built on the 15 years of implementation of the National Health Mission and its sustained and systematic yet flexible efforts towards health system strengthening across multiple components. Our goal is to establish 150,000 sub-health centers and 150,000 health and wellness centers in the sub-health centers and the PHCs in rural and urban areas, so as to offer universal access to comprehensive primary health care services by December 2022. Out of these 1.5 lakh health and wellness centers, 12,500 would be set up by the Ministry of Ayush, and as you all know, we are working very closely with the Ministry of Ayush to ensure that these are also set up in the states and UTs. I would just, sir, to go over the briefly the launches that are planned today, sir, under your guidance and leadership. So first we have today the launch of the SDG Health Dashboard. As the SDG 3 states good health and well-being, and it aspires to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages and achieve UHC. Under the guidance of Secretary Health, a dashboard has been prepared with technical support from WHO, and this would be launched today. This has been overall guided by the National Task Force headed by Secretary. This dashboard will help the states to track their progress in all the SDG parameters and will also be an excellent planning tool for them to design and tweak their programs. The second document, sir, which would be released today is the Compendium of Health and Wellness Centers Operationalization, which tracks the journey from April 2018 to November 2020. This gives the progress and achievements over the last 2 years in this flagship initiative at the national level as well as at the individual state and union territory level. It also provides demographic data, disease profiles, and performance on a set of key health indicators. So far as the progress towards Health and Wellness Center is concerned, this report covers the period from April 18 to November 20, when, sir, we met 1/3 of the target that we had set for ourselves, when 50,000 Health and Wellness Center target was achieved. We'll also be releasing the comprehensive primary healthcare guidelines for ENT, eye, and for mental, neurological, and substance abuse disorders, so as to ensure that all the 12 package of services are delivered from these health and wellness centers. We'll also be releasing, sir, the guidelines for the Jan Arogya Samiti. The Jan Arogya Samitis will make sure that the health and wellness centers become truly a community movement and are able to ensure that the intersectoral collaboration happens and that our system is also held to account by way of social audit. Sir, as you are aware, a number of IT initiatives have been undertaken as part of NHM. Today, there would be release of an e-booklet on these initiatives so that it becomes a repository and a ready reckoner for all the users of these IT platforms. Sir, you have kindly agreed to also release the NFHS 5 report for 22 states. And this, sir, would give us a lot of data and a lot of evidence in terms of the progress that we are making towards the SDGs and help us and the states to again relook at their programs and to redesign them under your guidance. The other launch today, sir, is the NCD Medical Officer app, as the population-based screening is being undertaken at the health and wellness centers. The robust IT platform that has been developed by the ministry is in collaboration with Tata Trust and Dell, and this is currently being implemented as an NCD app to capture the data from population-based screening. As on date, 28 states are using this across 496 districts. Now, sir, since we have to make sure that proper linkages happen and referral happens from the health and wellness centers, there will be the medical officer mobile app, which will be used by the medical officers of the PHC, and this will establish the missing links in the follow-up of the patient suffering from NCDs. This app would be released today, sir, and it would help the medical officers and the entire health system to be able to track and provide proper health services. Sir, in terms of the report on the health and wellness centers, we have so far given approvals for 104,862 health and wellness centers. They have seen cumulative footfalls of 30.15 crore, wellness sessions of more than 35 lakhs. Sir, I'm also happy to submit that during the peak of the COVID times, that is from February till now, the states and UTs have been able to make 22,121 health and wellness centers functional, and they have seen a cumulative footfall of more than 21 crores during this period, and a number of screenings have been done during this period. Hypertension screening about 11 crore, diabetes about 3.87 crore, the cervical cancer about 63 lakh, oral cancer about 1.91 crore, and breast cancer about 92 lakhs. So, sir, I would like to take this opportunity to appreciate the efforts of our primary healthcare teams who have been undertaking this strenuous hard work even during the taxing times of the pandemic, and they have been the real pillars of our health system. Today, sir, we will also be felicitating and acknowledging their services under your leadership and guidance. We have received nominations for about 1150 primary healthcare workers from across the states who would be felicitated today, sir. So with all these efforts of the state and UTs and with your leadership and guidance, we are sure that the country is poised to achieve the UHC through the provision of comprehensive primary healthcare services with the health and wellness centers under Ayushman Bharat as the foundation for this UHC. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I would now like to invite Dr. Rodrigo Offrin, WHO, to give his short address.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Dr. Harshvardhan, Honorable Minister for Health and Family Welfare, Mr. Ashwini Kumar Chobe, Honorable Minister of State, Health and Family Welfare, Shri Rajesh Bhushan, Secretary Health, Ms. Vandana Gurnani, ASNMD, AS Manohar Agnani, DG Stats, Ratna Jena, DDG Stats Nivadita Gupta, colleagues, ministry officials here and in the States, thank you for this day. Good morning. I think it's really, the pandemic has really shifted our lives dramatically. And what we have seen is that health systems have really been stretched, but not broken. I think that's really important to note. And in that is the backbone of all health workers and primarily primary healthcare workers, and who have really worked beyond unimaginable challenges, whether it is wearing a mask for 12, 18 hours to really getting infected or losing their lives and even their relatives. They have really committed to being of service to the people. And to that, it is on this day, I think it's important to really thank you. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It is a heroic effort, and it's continuing to this day. On a day like this where we recognize universal health coverage, I think the achievements of the government are huge. From Ayushman Bharat, it's seen all over the world. It is watched by the world because not just of its ambitious equity initiative, but it is also the magnitude in which the coverage is planned out and rolled out. So that's huge. PMJ, another one of the initiatives, health and wellness centers, as we just heard, many achievements. And today, so many guidelines to further roll out those frameworks of where UHC is the base. So on that, a big congratulations. I think now more than ever, despite the crisis, we have an opportunity. There is a Jan Andolan for COVID-19. There will be an Jan Andolan for TB, but there should be the Jan Andolan for health, not just for this period, but for years to come. For a very long time, health was a very small sector, always underrated or under-budgeted. But now, more than ever, the whole world has seen that no development of a nation will really happen if there is no investment in health. And I think this is the time now, the time has come for that. And to conclude, I'd like to think about 3 R's. One is for all of us to reimagine what the health system is really like, not to just be used to what we know and expand that. Can you imagine telehealth consultations happening so fast in all aspects? The use of ICT for medical, nursing, and training of health workers. We would also need to do another R, is to realign. As the health system is strengthening to be resilient, I hope other sectors are also doing so, whether it's water, transport, supply chains, for which they are not in health, but their outcomes are related to health. And lastly, it's a reset. I think all of us are trying to get together to really bring our minds together to meet and rethink how do we replan things. It's not just for us alone in the health sector, where we are all preaching to we're already converted to that, but probably to go to other sectors and really be resilient with them. So on that, I wish everyone a happy UHC Day, health for all, protect everyone, sabka swasth, sabki suraksha. I think it's all in our masks. So good morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for highlighting the importance of the 3 R's, that is reimagining health systems, realigning, and resetting, especially when we want to make our health systems more resilient. Now, going ahead, I would like to invite Shri Rajesh Bhushanji, Secretary of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, to give his address.
Honorable Union Minister for Health, Dr. Harshvardhan ji, Honorable MOS Health, Shri Ashwini Kumar Chaube ji, WHO Representative to India, Dr. Rodrigo Offrin, my senior colleagues in this room, my colleagues from the state health departments. Today, it's a matter of great privilege and satisfaction that all of us are virtually connecting with each other on the occasion of the Universal Health Coverage Day. As you all know, this year's theme is Health for All, Protect Everyone. As Dr. Rodrigo said, Sabka Swasthya, Sabki Suraksha. Now, in India, if we look at how we have tried to translate this theme of Sabka Swasthya, Sabki Suraksha, we would realize that the first ambitious step in this direction was taken in April 2018 when the Honorable Prime Minister of India announced Ayushman Bharat Yojana. Ayushman Bharat rests on twin pillars of Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Centers and Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. we were given a target to operationalize 1,50,000 health and wellness centers by December 2022. And sir, we have great satisfaction in reiterating today that under your very effective and very able leadership, we have been able to operationalize more than 51,400 health and wellness centers today. And in this year, by the time the year ends, the financial year that is, we would be able to operationalize 70,000 health and wellness centers. By 15th of August 2022, we would have 1,30,000 health and wellness centers operationalized, and by December 2022, we would not only achieve the target of 1,50,000 but in all probability exceed it. But what is equally important to underline on this occasion is that more often than not, questions are raised that when we talk of operationalizing health and wellness centers, are we talking only in terms of upgrading the physical infrastructure and renaming our health sub-centers and primary health centers as health and wellness centers? Or are we doing something significantly more transformative? Sir, it is under your guidance that a silent transformation is taking place in comprehensive primary healthcare system and services across the country. We are offering more than 10 packages of health services, primary health services, through these health and wellness centers. So it is not mere renaming. It is a transition from selective primary healthcare services to comprehensive primary healthcare services. Even today, sir, you would be releasing operational guidelines for ear, nose and throat services, eye care services, mental, neurological and substance use disorder care services. Who would have thought 2 years ago that our health and wellness centers would be offering these kind of services? So this is a silent transformation that is taking place in large parts of rural India as well as urban India. So that is the first point I wanted to make. As ASN MD has pointed out, in 2 years we have seen more than 30 crore footfalls, and out of those 2 years, almost 11 months were the time when we were tackling COVID. So that is another creditable achievement which must be underlined. All this has happened because of the work, tireless work, selfless work, committed work, sincere work that has been put in by our CHOs, by our medical officers, by our ASHAs, by our nursing staff working in these health and wellness centers. So that is one pillar. The second pillar is Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Here, sir, in 2 years' time, more than 1.45 crore cashless treatments have taken place. This pillar focuses on secondary and tertiary healthcare services, where we impanel both public sector and private sector hospitals. More than 17,500 crores have been provided to poor citizens, and more than 12.73 crore eligible beneficiaries have been issued the AB PMJ cards. So both the pillars have progressed significantly, and AB PMJ for the first time has demonstrated that use of IT technology can prevent leakages, can prevent frauds, and can make the system more transparent. So all this strengthens our efforts leading ahead to universal health care, जो हम कहते हैं कि सबका स्वास्थ्य सबकी सुरक्षा. सबका स्वास्थ्य सबकी सुरक्षा हेल्थ और वेलनेस सेंटर्स के माध्यम से, सबका स्वास्थ्य सबकी सुरक्षा प्रधानमंत्री जन आरोग्य योजना के माध्यम से. To end, sir, I would urge all the states and UTs that while we keep on tackling COVID pandemic, under no circumstances should there be a denial of essential health care services to women, to newborn and to children, irrespective of their COVID status. And sir, I again reiterate that under your able leadership, we would achieve this target much before the stipulated timeline. I once again wish everyone the best in their effort to achieve the aim of health for all, protect everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, and thank you for highlighting the silent transformation that we are having in the healthcare systems as we go to move from selective to comprehensive primary healthcare, and ensuring that no one is left behind, which is the ultimate goal of universal health coverage. Now, moving ahead, I'd like to request Shri Ashwini Kumar Chaube ji, Honorable Minister of State, Health and Family Welfare, to share his short address.
हाँ नमस्कार हमारे आज के इस कार्यक्रम के मुख्य अतिथि यशस्वी मंत्री डॉक्टर श्री राजेश भूषण जी सचिवगण और वर्चुअल मोड के माध्यम से भाग लेने वाले सभी राज्यों स्वास्थ्य
Sir,
दल के सदस्यगण, स्वास्थ्य एवं परिवार कल्याण विभाग और अन्य मंत्रालयों से उपस्थित सभी क्षेत्रों में आत्मनिर्भर भारत के लिए हमारे आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी के दूरदर्शी नेतृत्व में लोगों और समुदायों को स्वास्थ्य परिचर्या लाना तथा स्वास्थ्य सेवाओं को और अधिक उत्तर सुलभ और न्याय संगत बनाना है। हमारा हर कदम और प्रयास हमारे देश की स्वास्थ्य परिचर्या प्रणाली में सुधार करने में योगदान देगा, जो सभी व्यक्तियों, विशेष रूप से गरीब और वंचित लोगों के चेहरे पर मुस्कान लाएगा। समाज के अंतिम पौधान पर बैठे हुए व्यक्ति का स्वास्थ्य कैसे उत्तम हो, इसका पूरा ध्यान हमारी सरकार और हम लोगों ने उसका रखा है। मुझे अपने उन सभी प्राथमिक स्वास्थ्य परिचर्या टीमों को बधाई देते हुए अपार हर्ष हो रहा है, जिन्होंने जोखिम और प्रतिकूल परिस्थितियों के बावजूद अपने कर्तव्यों का साहस के साथ निर्वहन किया। वे स्वास्थ्य परिचर्या प्रणाली के अनजान स्तंभ है। हालांकि यह बधाई वर्चुअल रूप में दे रहा हूं, किंतु मैं इन सभी टीमों से इसलिए यहाँ उल्लेख करना आवश्यक है कि वर्तमान वर्ष का विषय जो हमारा थीम है, सभी के लिए स्वास्थ्य, सभी को बचाए हैं, हेल्थ फॉर ऑल, प्रोटेक्ट एवरीवन। कोविड-19 के पहले मामले के 1 वर्ष के बाद अब हमारा प्रयास भविष्य में सभी की रक्षा करने वाली सुदृढ़ स्वास्थ्य के समीप व्यापक प्राथमिक स्वास्थ्य परिचर्या CPSC प्रदान करने की परिकल्पना भी की गई है। इसमें आयुष द्वारा लक्षित विकसित 12,500 आयुष SWC भी शामिल है। मुझे ABSWC के संचालन में प्रगति को देखकर प्रसन्नता हो रही है। हमने सार्वभौमिक स्वास्थ्य परिचर्या की यात्रा में सीमा चिन्ह मील के पत्थर को पार कर लिया है। 50,000 से अधिक अभी तक हमने स्थापित किए जाने सहित लक्ष्य का 1/3 प्राप्त कर लिया गया है। मैं राज्यों, संघ राज्य क्षेत्रों के कोविड के बावजूद SWC को प्रचारित करने में उनके प्रयासों के लिए बधाई देना चाहूंगा। सचमुच इन आपात काल को आपने अवसर में बदलने का काम किया है, इसके लिए हमारी ओर से ढेर सारी बधाई भी है। उनके कार्य के कारण 51,500 जो हमारे ABSWC में 30 करोड़ से अधिक प्रवेश दर्ज किया गया है। इसके अलावा कोविड-19 द्वारा उत्पन्न की गई चुनौतियों के बावजूद इन ABSWC के माध्यम से 6.9 करोड़ से भी अधिक लोगों की उच्च रक्तचाप की और 5.6 करोड़ से भी अधिक लोगों की मधुमेह की जांच भी की गई है। ABSWC के तहत आरोग्यता पर ध्यान केंद्रित करना नए प्रयासों में से एक है। इन केंद्रों पर 31 लाख से भी अधिक आरोग्यता सत्र आयोजित किए गए हैं। इसी प्रकार से आयुष्मान भारत के अन्य घटक में इस अभूतपूर्व समय में मुझे यह जानकर काफी प्रसन्नता हुई है कि सर्वाधिक गरीब नागरिकों को 17,500 करोड़ से भी अधिक नकदी रहित कैशलेस उपचार दिए गए हैं और आयुष्मान भारत PMJAY के तहत 12.73 करोड़ से अधिक पात्र लाभार्थियों को PMJAY कार्ड जारी किए गए हैं। महामारी की चरम सीमा के दौरान सरकार गंभीर बीमारी से ध्यान न हटने के लिए लगातार सचेत रही है तथा नीचे के स्तर को हर तरह से जागरूक बनाते हुए हमने यह सुनिश्चित किया गया है कि उन सभी को जिन्हें आवश्यक स्वास्थ्य परिचर्या की आवश्यकता थी उन्हें यह प्रदान किया गया। हम यह समझते हैं कि यह स्वास्थ्य आश्वासन और इसका वितरण इस महामारी में गंभीर बीमारी के अति तनाव में रह रहे लाखों परिवारों की सुरक्षा और सहायता के लिए बहुत बड़ा साधन है। सार्वभौमिक स्वास्थ्य कवरेज के लक्ष्य को प्राप्त करने के लिए राज्यों संघ राज्य क्षेत्रों के सहयोग करने के प्रयास में मुझे खुशी है कि मैं विभिन्न स्वास्थ्य कार्यक्रमों के कार्यान्वयन और निगरानी संबंधी उपयोगी ऐप्स और दिशा निर्देशों को शुरू एवं जारी करने में भागीदार बना हूं। वैश्विक महामारी ने हमें सिखाया है कि हमारी सभी चुनौतियों को भी साझी जिम्मेदारियों की आवश्यकता है। सहयोग और आपसी तालमेल आज की परंपरा बन चुकी है। हम एकांकी होकर लंबे समय तक कार्य नहीं कर सकते। हमें आपसी सहयोग का सृजन करना, शांति शांति मिलके चले, मिलके रहे और पूरी स्थापित करने के लिए हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के विजन सब कर रहे हैं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आप सबको नमस्कार। जय।
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your speech. We will now move ahead with the next important part of this event, which is the launch and the release of various booklets, and we have the NCD app, and also the felicitation of our healthcare workers. So, I'd like to request Dr. Harshvardhan, Honorable Union Minister of Health, to launch the SDG 3 Health Dashboard.
We have a small video.
The SDG dashboard, anytime, anywhere information at the click of a mouse. SDGs provide a shared blueprint for peace and prosperity for people and the planet, now and into the future. All 193 member states adopted 17 goals and 169 targets at the 70th United Nations Summit in 2015. Time frame of the SDGs is from 2015 to 2030. Reduction of inequalities between different groups feature prominently in the SDGs. Health has a central place in SDG, ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India is committed to achieving health-related targets by 2030. SDG 3, to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. A key component of realizing the health SDGs is to monitor the progress being made and identifying gaps that need to be addressed. Which brings us to the overarching importance of data. Reliable and timely data is key to informed decision making. Think of it. How do you make sense of this much information? Welcome to the SDG dashboard. In order to facilitate a seamless monitoring system for all stakeholders, the MOHFW National Task Force on SDG 3 entrusted WHO to make a dashboard that can showcase on a single platform a wealth of easy to comprehend information on various health domains. Performance can be tracked both at national and state level. This unique dashboard is complete with data-friendly and user-friendly features, simplified complex information, animated presentations, and more. The dashboard makes it possible to easily analyze trends, spot challenges, and prepare for the next plan of action. Let's take a look at some of its unique features. At a glance, provides you with the most recent data for performance by indicator along with the progress required to achieve the 2030 targets. The baseline composite index page shows you the state ranking by calculating a composite index of SDG health indicators. The general button allows you to analyze the performance of each indicator separately through the graphs and charts for national and state level data visualization. The Explore data page allows you to drill the indicator framework and its thematic areas. The Rank View page allows you to track and monitor state ranking by indicator and time period. The Delta ranking page lets you view the improvement or decline in data across 2 time periods. The Temporal Spatial page allows you to view the data across both space and time. The SDG 3 platform, India's health report card. Give your plans an edge with India's first SDG 3 platform.
Thank you. Sir, I would now request you to kindly release the compendium for Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Centers. Next, sir, I would request you to release the CPHC guidelines. We have multiple guidelines on ENT, eye, and MNS healthcare and Jan Arogya Swasthya. Now, we would request you, sir, to release the Jan Arogya Samiti guidelines. Next, we have the release of the e-booklet on various IT initiatives of NHM. So next, I would request you to kindly release the NFHS 5 report. And finally, we have the launch of the NCD Medical Officer app. We have the launch of the NCD Medical Officer app, which will be played with a video.
The the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, launched Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Centers in 2018 for a comprehensive approach to primary health service delivery, population-based screening and management of non-communicable diseases to fight rising burden of NCDs in India. Every individual over 30 will be screened for hypertension, diabetes, oral, breast and cervical cancers, followed by early diagnosis, timely treatment and follow-ups. To leverage technology for successful implementation, the ministry partnered with Dell Technologies and Tata Trusts for development and deployment of the NCD solution. This is a CSR initiative of Dell. Partners include National Health Systems Resource Center, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, World Health Organization India, National Institute of Cancer Prevention and Research, and National Center for Disease Informatics and Research. It was officially launched by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi on 14th April 2018. Let's take a look at the NCD system. It consists of a suite of mobile and web apps, offline mobile and tablet apps for health workers, ASHAs, CHOs and ANMs, web portals at the primary and secondary health facilities for doctors and staff, administrators portal and dashboards for program managers and health officials. At the foundation is the open, scalable, secure NCD platform to support national deployment and integration with other health programs. Key features of this unique primary health platform. There is a single longitudinal health record in the cloud for every individual identified by a unique health ID, accessible by doctors securely at any of the facilities. There is an e-referral system to monitor individuals being referred across primary health centers, community health centers, and district hospitals. Hypertension, diabetes, and cancer modules with standardized protocols to guide care providers in patient management. Capture of medication prescription and dispensation. Dashboards for tracking program performance, task lists, and reminders for follow-ups. Let us look at the journey over the last 3 years. Steady progress in enrollment and multifold increase from 15 lakhs in 2018 to 4.08 crores in 2019 to 7.3 crores now. Currently in 28 states and union territories, 496 districts, 3 states coming on board soon. Over 53,000 health professionals trained and over 1.13 lakh devices procured by states. Continuing on this exciting journey, we are adding a new PHC mobile app to the NCD suite. The NCD PHC mobile app is available for the busy medical officers to deliver quality care to patients. The staff nurse can use the app to easily capture vitals and history for incoming patients. Let us look at the highlights of this app. Intuitive and user-friendly design with minimal data entry. Quick updates of patient records. Capture diagnosis, prescriptions and follow-ups. Dashboard to see progress anytime. Highly secure app with authenticated user logins for each PHC user. Can be used on both Android and iOS phones. Very easy to install. So go on, download the app today. CHC and DH apps are coming soon too on the mobile along with many other new features.
We come to the most important part of the session, which is the felicitation of our healthcare heroes who have been working day in and day out, especially in terms of the COVID response and also ensuring that essential health services are not disrupted. I'd request to play the short felicitation video and would request ma'am to also.
We have requested the states to send the nominations of the comprehensive primary healthcare teams who have rendered excellent service, especially during the COVID time, sir. So we have received these nominations. Certificates have been sent to all these states and UT, sir, in the PDF format, and they are being handed over to the health workers physically also. We will have a virtual felicitation now, sir.
So, sir, there are around 11,000 health workers who were facilitated across various cadres. So this is a short summary. We wanted to showcase each and every person because all of them are very important, and each one's role is very, very important especially in terms of the COVID pandemic. So these are all our healthcare heroes who are working in day in and day out, and these are all from 35 states and representing span India, and they've been working even in the most remote tribal locations and not sacrificing their daily lives, and they are the beacons of hope that we need to appreciate these health workers for all the efforts that they do. So there are two categories where they've been nominated for. One is the best performing healthcare teams, and they are also best performing individuals. So these are the various states which are. We also, we've shared the certificates with our health workers, sir, and towards the end you will see that some of our CHOs are very active on social media, and they feel very encouraged, and they have also tweeted, and the fact that they've been appreciated has only motivated them more to deliver, especially in these trying times. So we have towards the end we will have our healthcare workers who have been tweeting about this, about receiving this appreciation as well.
Some states have sent more nominations, sir, more than 50 also. We told them to reduce also, sir, because they tell more, bigger states have sent more nominations.
These are the two tweets from the CHOs. I would now like to invite Dr. Harshvardhan to kindly give his address.
My esteemed colleague in the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Minister of State Shri Ashwini Kumar Chaube ji, Union Health Secretary Shri Rajesh Bhushan ji, Mission Director National Health Mission Madam Vandana Gurani ji, WHO Representative to India Dr. Rodrigo Ofrin, distinguished delegates from WHO and other development partners, other senior officials from central government and state health departments, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. It is an honor to be addressing all of you on this important day in the health calendar of the world, the Universal Health Coverage Day. In view of the global pandemic, the theme for this year has been kept as Health for All, Protect Everyone. To end this crisis and build a safer and healthier future, we must invest in health systems that protect us all. Now, COVID-19 has greatly magnified the need for building resilient healthcare systems and ensuring their indiscriminate, equitable access to all. We must do away with the status quo that got us here and settle for nothing less than strong health systems that protect everyone now and in the future. It has been my long-standing belief that India has the ability to deliver to the world a robust model for providing universal health coverage. Under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, not only has such a model been envisioned, but it is also being implemented successfully. As you are all aware, the government has been working diligently to fulfill its commitment of providing universal health coverage by launching the overarching Ayushman Bharat program in 2018. The scheme has completely revolutionized the primary, secondary and tertiary healthcare system in the country with a strong focus on preventive healthcare. The flagship program has two interlinked components. The first being the health and wellness centers for providing of comprehensive primary healthcare services closer to the community. And the second is the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, providing health assurance to the vulnerable population of the country. Through bi-directional linkages between the two, the government has been making quality healthcare affordable and accessible for crores of people in the country. Under this ambitious program, we eventually aim to cover each and every citizen of India. We have made remarkable progress in operationalizing Ayushman Bharat health and wellness centers and crossed a major landmark in our journey. With more than 50,000 centers now functional, 1/3 of the target has been met. This has led to improved access to affordable primary health care services for more than 25 crore people. It is our aim to establish 1.5 lakh such centers by December 2022. This also includes 12,500 Ayush health and wellness centers being set up by the Ministry of Ayush. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the states and the union territories for their efforts in operationalizing health and wellness centers despite the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. A massive 29.95 crore footfall has been recorded at 51,483 functional centers till date. Apart from this, more than 6.89 crore people have been screened for hypertension and more than 5.62 crore people have been screened for diabetes through these health and wellness centers. Focus on healthy living and wellness is one of the novel interventions under the program. Over 31 lakh wellness sessions have been conducted at these centers, including activities such as yoga, Zumba, Shirodhara, meditation, etc. Even during the pandemic, the health and wellness centers remained operational, reflecting the resilience of health systems. It ensured delivery of essential non-COVID health services while also addressing the urgent task of managing COVID-19 and preventing its transmission. Similarly, in these unprecedented times, I am pleased to know that under Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, more than 1.45 crore cashless treatments worth over 17,500 crore have been provided to the poorest citizens. This health assurance program is a huge source of support and security for millions of families reeling under the extreme stress of serious illnesses. I am pleased to know about the regional reviews done by the ministry in collaboration with the states and the UTs on operationalizing ABHWCs to identify best practices. To further strengthen our collaborative efforts, we are launching here today some resourceful apps and guidelines for implementing and monitoring various other health programs. The first of these being the SDG 3 Health Dashboard, which will enable policy makers and program implementers to identify key priority areas that require action and in help in framing future action plan for achieving sustainable development goals by 2030. A compendium of health and wellness centers operationalization is also being launched. It provides an overview of the progress and achievement over the last 2 years in operationalizing health and wellness centers across the country under the Ayushman Bharat program. We have also released a detailed set of guidelines for comprehensive primary health services for ENT, eye, MNS healthcare as well as JAS guidelines. These have been formulated to support the states and UTs to achieve the mandate of providing expanded range of services at functional Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Centers. A resourceful repository of key information of ICT interventions by National Health Mission has been released in the form of an e-booklet detailing IT initiatives of National Health Mission. It will serve as a ready reference compendium for all the stakeholders. The launch of NFHS 5th report will help in tracking the progress made on sustainable development goals. It will assist in strengthening existing programs as well as formulating policies for the future to address key issues of maternal health, child health, fertility, non-communicable diseases, and domestic violence. Finally, the launch of NCD Medical Officer app will ensure that the missing links in the follow-up of patients suffering from non-communicable disease can be established in a more effective way. Our vision is to place people and communities at the center of the healthcare delivery system and make health services more responsive, accessible, and affordable. I would like to take this opportunity to salute our primary healthcare workers who have been at the forefront of our battle against COVID-19. In spite of the risks, each one rose to this unprecedented challenge and continued serving society selflessly. Through their tireless efforts, they have ensured that we have been effective in tackling the pandemic while also ensuring that provision of essential healthcare services remained unhindered. We have received nominations from all states and union territories for more than 700 primary healthcare workers across country. Though the felicitation is virtual, I would like to convey to all the primary healthcare workers that your zeal, commitment, and sincere efforts serve as an inspiration for all of us and strengthen our resolve to work with utmost dedication to build buoyant healthcare systems. All of you, be it our frontline health workers, the medical officers, or the community health officers, you are the backbone of the India's healthcare delivery system. Your dedication towards serving society and the way all of you answered the call of duty is highly admirable. No conversation today is complete without underlining the massive challenge that the planet has faced in the last 10 months on account of the COVID-19 pandemic. However, each challenge also has a silver lining to it. The global pandemic has taught us that our shared challenges also require shared responsibilities. Collaborations and synergies have become the order of the day. On this Universal Health Coverage Day, let us unite and commit to ensure everyone has access to quality healthcare services irrespective of their socio-economic status. I thank all of you for giving me the opportunity to address such a learned audience on the all-important occasion of Universal Health Coverage Day. I wish you all success in all your endeavors while working towards the common goal of ensuring health for all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for highlighting the vision of the Ayushman Bharat initiative and also highlighting how COVID-19 has not dampened our spirits. In fact, it's only strengthened our resolve to build a healthier future. With this, now I would request Shri Vishal Chauhan ji, Joint Secretary, to kindly give the closing remarks.
Sir, it's my privilege to extend vote of thanks to Honorable Minister, Health and Family Welfare Ministry, Dr. Harshvardhan Goyal, sir, who has spared his valuable time on the occasion of Universal Health Care Day, Health Coverage Day. Sir has provided exemplary leadership in the trying times, and that is commendable, and because of his leadership, we are getting applause globally in management of COVID-19 pandemic. I am also to extend thanks to Honorable Minister for State, Health and Family Welfare Ministry, Shri Ashwani Kumar Chaube ji, for his tireless efforts and guiding us from time to time. I also want to extend my sincere thanks and gratitude to respected Secretary Sir, Health and Family Welfare Department, who has brought his vast experience in the health sector and inspiring and motivating us, all of us and all the time. Thanks are also due to AS and MD Madam, Manohar Agnani Sir, Additional Secretary in the Ministry, senior officers, and all the additional Chief Secretaries, Principal Secretaries, Commissioners and MDs in the state, who all have put together a formidable team and making Ayushman Bharat scheme a success. I am also to extend my thanks to Dr. Rodrigo, WHO representative in India, and his team who has provided valuable inputs in the various health programs and helping us in formulating policies. I also want to thank Director General Statistics, Ratna Madam, and her team for making SDG 3 health dashboard possible. Finally, last and not the least, I want to thank all the healthcare workers who got facilitation today and awarded, and also others who could not be awarded for their continuing efforts in simultaneously managing COVID pandemic and as well as implementing of various health schemes with great zeal and enthusiasm. Thank you very much, sir.